you actually spent the whole week together, guys.
We have. And we haven't killed each other yet.
Yeah, it's actually been well nice.
It has been really nice. I'm surprised.
Yeah. I'm surprised as well.
I'm like, I knew it wasn't going to be bad, but at the same time, it could have been.
Well, yeah, spending a week with somebody, like even a mate, even a weekend can be really intense.
And we get annoyed at each other quite a lot during like this lockdown thing.
Yeah, and like when we're working and like we have pressures of actually doing stuff and getting on with stuff rather than just hanging out like if it was a holiday. If it was a holiday, it would be fine. But when we're just like...
I think it's been quite nice, like actually working in the same place as someone and not over the phone.
And hanging out and laughing. We got the giggles so bad yesterday.
Oh my god, we actually went a bit insane.
Yeah, I think we went insane.
Okay, so to get into this little video, we're going to be talking about how we reach orgasm when we're masturbating.
Yeah. I mean, actually, to be fair, I haven't been masturbating as much as I normally do. I think it's because we're on our period.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah.
I think in the last like few weeks I haven't been masturbating as much as I usually do. Even when I'm super horny, I'm just like
lockdown lips.
Exactly. You can masturbate whenever you want, so it makes it like not as fun.
Yeah, you're not like desperate to get home to wank because you're so horny, or like needing it to get yourself to sleep, to wake up early for work.
I mean, I've definitely had those like bed days where I'm just like lying in bed watching TV all day and just like lazily getting my doxy out and like, having a bit of a wank
and then putting it back. They're so meaningless though. They're just like because you can.
Yeah,
it's,
literally.
But we wanted to talk about what actually like helps us reach climax when we are masturbating.
Yeah, I have like a couple of like different techniques. Sometimes it's all in the mind. Yeah. Sometimes it's like something physical I can do, but sometimes both things don't work either.
Oh my god, yeah, that is very true. Because we forget that we are talking about orgasming. Not everyone can orgasm or reach their climax. So.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I ever give up when I'm masturbating. I don't think I ever am just like, fuck it, I'm not gonna orgasm. I keep going until I reach that orgasm. And if that's thinking about 1,000 different things, then I will think of 1,000 different things.
It can be really tough though. Like last night I gave up mid wank.
Really?
Yeah, but it was like 3 o'clock, like 3 a.m. 3 o'clock. Grandfather time. It was like 3 a.m. and I was like, I really need to go to sleep, and your brain doesn't shut off. But I tried with my doxy. Got a little like travel size one now. Yay. And yay. And I gave up. It just wasn't coming, and I was like, I think I just need to try and sleep.
Man, that's so annoying.
Still didn't sleep for a long time though.
Quite often it will be definitely a imaginational kind of fantasy cue that helps me get me to the place, and it's usually thinking about the most fucked up thing or like something that I'm not supposed to be thinking about, and then I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. Or sometimes it can be really hard to keep your like brain in track. You keep like wandering off, then you're like, no, go back to that thought. You see it like a porn video in front of your eyes and you keep clicking back at the bit that turns you on. But normally it's like, for me, it's like the climax bit, like the orgasm bit. I think about the orgasm over and over again, which I think is like quite a common occurrence.
Yeah, I mean, often what gets me to the point of orgasm is imagining someone coming inside me.
Yeah.
And like just feeling like full up, like really full up. That often gets me to
over the
climax.
edge.
I have like this weird thing that I think about sometimes if I'm like, oh, I really can't, like I think about like slowly sitting on my dildo, like a really large dildo, like being like completely engulfed. And like sometimes I think about butt stuff.
It's sometimes like whoa.
I'm like, and the thought of like a dildo going in my ass quite often
does it for
makes me orgasm.
Interesting.
Random.
I mean, not really random. It like makes sense. It's like it's still an erogenous, so we can still get pleasure.
And it's kind of like
it.
naughty and dirty, and I'm like not totally into it.
Yeah, you're like,
so
no,
I'm like,
no,
but I am obviously into it.
Sometimes it's definitely body parts. Like, I mean, feet are a massive one for me. If I think about like even when I'm having sex with someone else, I think about somebody else, but like stroking my feet. And then I'm like, oh yeah. Or at the moment it's penetration. Penetration is like the one. Yeah. And like really hard, rough penetration. Or often or not, they're like like I'm being forced to come with their penetration, but they know I'm coming. They're like, you coming? Making you come, or like something like that.
Ooh,
like,
that's hot.
I did that because I was still in Florence. I was like, last night I was masturbating over this comedian, and I was just imagining him like gripping my head and like fucking me, but like really intensely, and being like, my fucking dick's making you come. Yeah, and then I was like, oh, but no, it did not reach even like my hottest thought right now. Yeah,
that often, like the face fucking fantasy often gets me to climax as well.
Oh, sorry, he's not fucking my face. He's fucking me, but holding my face.
Oh,
like it's really like tight and like I mean, it's almost like hand bondage.
Okay.
But yeah, you have mentioned the face fucking thing before.
Yeah, face fucking's definitely one of the ones that is up there.
Yeah.
Just basically, it's about it's
like the really intense
breathing.
moments, right? Oh, sorry.
And like I hold my breath because I'm like imagining that the cock's like deep inside my throat and I cannot breathe.
I hold my breath as well. I'm like.
But sometimes that's actually counterproductive.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to mention is some physical things that make me reach orgasm during masturbation is breathing techniques. Like actually like breathing the pleasure up your body. So just like... And
visualizing as well, like visualizing the pleasure on your body, not necessarily like in a fantasy or in somewhere else in your brain.
Yeah.
It can be hard to do both if your brain's not on that fast track motion, especially if you're with someone and you're constantly conscious about yourself or what you look like or how you sound.
For me, like the breathing gets you back into your body. It's like yoga and like how it like gets you in touch with your body and all that.
It grounds you.
Yeah. This hasn't worked for me recently, but I used to do this thing when I wasn't able to reach orgasm that I would start like rubbing my stomach in like a circular motion, sort of like near where my pubic region is,
or pressing on it,
and like pressing down on it slowly. And I think it's because it just like brings all your awareness
to your body,
that part of your body, which then makes you more aware of the pleasure that you're feeling in that part of your body.
Yeah, actually, one thing that does make me feel really turned on, or like what I fantasize over, is the orgasm denial. Is like the idea that like you're going to be stuck in this like heightened state of pleasure, but you're never going to get to come. And then that makes me come and I'm like,
oh yeah.
Oh, imaginations are such bizarre things.
Oh, they're so bizarre. So bizarre.
It's normally some form of bondage involved as well. Like I'm normally unable to move, or actually sometimes it's like I'm not even me, I'm someone else, or I'm looking at two people or other people and I'm not myself.
Two guy threesome like gets me off as well.
Yeah, being full from both ends. In the mouth.
That for me.
I'm the spit roast fiend.
I'm like, I just want someone to be sucking on my tits and my pussy at the same time.
Yeah.
Or like penetrating me and that. Or like hands just being everywhere. I don't know. Basically, what we're saying is like one of the biggest tools to make yourself reach orgasm during masturbation is your own imagination.
Yeah, absolutely. And if your imagination fails you, I think that's why so many people go to porn. Because they can't rely on their imagination for it.
Yeah, some people just don't have an imagination.
Yeah.
And that's okay. If you don't have like a creative mind and you're like, I fucking don't know.
Yeah, or some people can't like imagine images and imagery. Yeah. So they only really can think about like the way things feel or like someone said about like imagining it in your third eye. You know, it's like it's not in front of your eyes, it's like up here.
It's just like
you're fumbling around in the dark. Just trying desperately to come.
Yeah, I usually am closing my eyes whilst I masturbate.
Yeah, same.
Because otherwise I wouldn't be able to fully envision what's happening.
It can be really, really tricky. But it's okay to not orgasm when you masturbate. There are plenty of times that we don't, even if we are really horny, like me last night. I know what to do, and I know. And sometimes horny brain, but like your genitals just don't compute. They don't feel anything. They go numb, or other way around. Like your brain just is like not there.
Brain farts.
Brain queefs. Queef.
Well, I hope you found that video very interesting. I hope there were some good tips. Maybe you thought like, oh, actually that would really get me off too. I might imagine that next time I masturbate. I might try out the tummy stroking thing.
Yeah, I mean it is all about like the build up and the tease, but sometimes if you do just want to come real quick and get it over and done with, you've just got to go to those like places that make you come. And also don't be afraid to get really fucked up in your own mind. We are all for the uncommon, messed up, probably throw you in prison kind of fantasies, as long as they stay in your mind and they are a fantasy, or you do it with somebody that it's completely consensual with. We're talking about enthusiastic yeses here, not just like, okay, I'll try that, and then
no, both people need to be 100%.
Be like, yes, I'm down, let's try.
But if you have any of your own masturbation, orgasm, reaching climax tips, put them in the comments below. We would love to hear them.
Obviously don't be too explicit. You can't be like, I stroke my cock, and then I mean, to be fair, you probably can, but it might get removed. Not by us. We would never remove that, no.
So give this video a huge thumbs up up, make sure you are subscribed to this channel if you haven't already.
And please follow us on Instagram at Come Curious. You can also follow our personal Instagrams at ReadAmberX and Florence Bark. And we also have our wonderful podcast out, which is Fucks Given, and that's available on all podcast sites, where we basically talk about sex like this, but with
someone else,
a guest from all different genders, backgrounds, cultures, people's identities, what else, sexualities.
We have some awesome guests.
Yeah, really cool.
Really awesome.
Really cool stuff. Yeah, you'll either laugh, learn,
or cry.
You might actually cry, yeah.
It does get pretty intense sometimes.
It does, but like
most
for good
of the
reasons.
time not.
Yeah,
but
most of
like,
the time it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, most of the time it's hilarious.
We're just like laughing at ourselves the
Yeah.
entire time.
Yeah.
Which
But
is
anyway,
funny.
we'll see you next week or on Saturday or Wednesday, whenever this video
I was
drops.
gonna say, we always say next week and it's not.
Definitely not.
Yeah, shit. Alright guys.
Anyway, toodles.
Love you.
Bye.
Toodles.